Hello, my lovelies. I'm online. It worked. It didn't mess me about this evening. Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully everyone's all right. We are just about, well, we are packed. I've even packed a suitcase. I'm ready. We're ready for Duxford. The van's all ready to go. We're going to be starting nice and early in the morning because it's a good 4-hour drive. It's a bit of a trek. But like I said, if you are in the area, we're at the Imperial War Museum at Duxford, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So please do. I've just seen photos. They've all put all new lighting in the hangar that we're in. So it's going to be super bright because it has been quite dark the last couple of shows. But yeah. Really nice and bright and everything. So, and the weather's supposed to be nice this weekend, so definitely worth a little trip, my darlings, if you are about. Oh, sorry, I've got hiccups. Let me say hello to some people. Who's there? Hi, Leslie. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Freddie. Hi, Claire. Hi, Anne. Hello, my darlings. Hopefully you're all okay. We're gonna do the book pouch thing tonight. I'm going to show you how to put the pocket on and how we're going to talk through about if you want to make it bigger or smaller for like an iPad or a tablet or whatever, we can do that. So I'm going to talk you through the measurements and stuff too. So and I'm going to, if I can remember how to do it, I'm going to show you this like really quick way of piecing and getting your charm square bits together so they go together really nicely. It's like advanced piecing, chain piecing, but it's not difficult. I just haven't done it much, so you're going to have to bear with me. Hi Carol, hi Linda, hi Rachel, hi Jean. Hello, my darlings. Right, so first things first, before we get on to that, let me just move some of this stuff out of the way so I can show you these. These have just come into the shop. They're not on the website yet, but I'll put them on when I come off air. These are, you know, I love the magic pins. As you can see, I use them in all different shapes and sizes. We've got the extra fine. I've got the little tiny diddy ones. I've even got the quilting ones as well. Love magic pins. They've just brought out some new ones, which are flathead ones. Which have got this, in fact, do you know what? I'm going to open these. I'm keeping these ones. And just open up. Oh, my light just flickered. If we have a power cut, I'm not going to be happy. They've got, as you can see, got a flat head. Like these which I used to use, which are the daisy flathead ones. These are great if you need to pin something, them being flat, obviously. Pin something because when you put your ruler on it, if you need to trim, your ruler doesn't rock against it. So yeah, so I'm going to give these a go. These are the extra fine ones, 2 inches long. They're £12.95. I'll put them on the website, but they've got these nice flat head on them, which is really useful. They've got the grippy bit on them as well. So they're easy to grip and everything, and they're heat resistant. So it doesn't matter if you go over, touch them with the iron, they're not going to, melt or anything. So they are heat resistant. So yeah, magic pins are now flathead ones. So yeah, looking forward to using those. We'll try those tonight. So what I'm going to do is, hi Leslie, is talk you through kind of what we're going to do. So we obviously made a book pouch few weeks ago. What was it? About a month or so ago now, because my niece-in-law had requested me make one for her. They're all the rage at the moment. Book pouches are very much the in thing. So we made a plain one, and then I got lots and lots of messages about how would you add a pocket, to be able to put your Kindle or a tablet or your phone in it as well. So because it's padded, so I was like, okay, we'll play around with it. And because I had a pretty mini charm that I wanted to use, I thought we'd do it with mini charms. So what I've done is add this pocket on so I can get my Kindle in there. It's like the basic book pouch, but we've added this pocket on, and rather than having a plain back, I had enough squares over that I thought, well, I'll do a mini charm version on the back as well. So the measurements for this one with the pocket are the same as the book pouch. Okay, so you just need to go back onto that video and have a little look. In fact, all the construction is pretty much the same, with regards to, if you imagine all this bit, this section is the same. I've just used mini charms, so I've done 4 across by 5 down, and that works out at 10.5 inches, which is exactly what you needed for this one. These were 8.5 by 10.5 cut, so actually 4 by 5 is perfect for the mini charm. and then I used the other mini charms for the pocket, which we're going to go through tonight, and then I had 4 left over, so I actually used them as well for one half of the little, what's the word, closure, the little triangular closure. Okay. However, before we go through this little bit, you'll have the book pocket, but this is even better. Ah, cool, thanks. Yeah, I think this is really cute. I love, this is the honey lavender mini charm, which I think is beautiful. I'm not a lilac girl, as you know. Don't really do lilacs and purples. However, that little touch of lilac in with the greys and the yellows. Oh, what is going on? What's happening? Oh, all my lights and all are flickering here. I better not be having a power cut. I'm really sorry if I do. Am I still here? Oh, I don't know. I hope I am. Is this frozen? No, it's not frozen. Okay. My lights are all flickering, guys. I'm really sorry. Anyway, we're gonna crack on with it, all right? I just love this I love this range. It's, like I said, it's not my usual colourway, but I thought it looked really nice. So, firstly, if you want to do this one, before we start doing this, let's talk about how to make different sizes. So, basically, if you've got a little Kindle like mine, this, one of these little standardy ones, it fits in the normal size with the pocket that I'm going to put on it. You're still here, cool. Yeah, all my like main lights all flickered. I don't know if maybe we're having a bit of a power surge or something. It fits perfectly, so you're just going to use the measurements that onto your book pouch, and I'll show you how to do the pocket. However, I know a lot of you wanted to make one of these for a tablet, whether it's an iPad or whatever. Measurement wise, it's really easy. It's really, really easy. You're basically going to add, so get your tablet out, whatever size it is, whatever size. Obviously, I'm just going to use my Kindle for now, but just measure it big. Use these extra measurements on top of whatever tablet you've got. So like my little Kindle is 4 1/4 that way. Oh, excuse me. By 8 1/4 that way. Excuse me. So if I wanted to make just a little pocket, a pouch for this to keep it, all nice and neat and safe and everything, padded, you're going to add 1 1/2 inches on. Okay, so if this was 4 1/4, I would add 1 1/2 inches, so it would be 5 3/4. Okay, if this was 8 1/4, it would be 9 3/4, and that's the size pieces I would cut. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, darling. So it totally depends on, measure your tablet that you're making for, and then just add 1 1/2 inches. Not both sides, it'll be too big. Just 1 1/2 inches total to the measurements, the width and the length. Okay, and that will be absolutely fine with a normal standard seam allowance for your tablet. Okay, everything else would be the same. All the other, this would be the same. All the rest of it would be the same as the original book pouch that we did. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Shout if that's not what you wanted. Please do let me know, and I'll try and work it out for you. Okay, so what we're going to do then is I'm basically going to show you this method that I saw it on a TikTok. It's probably been around for a very, very long time. I hadn't seen it before, but I thought, ooh, that's clever. Let's try this. It's really just chain piecing, but you're not going to snip any of your threads or anything. So in order to make your little pocket on the front, you are going to need 16, because it's 4 by 4, of your little mini charm squares. All right. On the back, because it needs to be 8 1/2 by 10 1/2 for the original book pouch size, you're going to put one together, which is 4 across, which is 8 1/2, because of how you lose your quarter inches, and then 5 down. Okay, so you need 20 for your back, and you need 16 for the front, which leaves, what's that? 20. That's 36. Which leaves 6 charm squares over, little mini charm squares over, which means you can do your little closure as well in it if you wanted to. All right. So, but the whole point of this was I was going to show you how this chain piecing method works. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these out in vaguely the pattern that I want it to be. Now, it might not stay in this pattern because like I said, I'm still working on the this method. I'm still working it out. So that one there, that one there, that one there. I need one more. That one there. That'll do. Okay, line them out. Oh, this camera is really low. It's giving me a tiny bit to work in. So lay it out in how you want it to be put together. Okay. Then we're going to just put these right sides together, pair them up, put them into pairs. So like that, and like that, and like that. Okay, so I'm going to take those over to the machine. So I'm going to lie those out, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then, oh, missed that one, 4. Like that. And then we're going to pair these up, 1, 2, and then hopefully if I do this right, they'll stay in the right order. Possibly not, but you know, we're going to go for it. This was more about this not snipping your threads in between. If you've seen this before, please do let me know. I'd not seen it done like this before, but it seemed to work. So, and my points came out really nicely. So first things first, I'm going to just chain 4 pairs together. I'm going to put them here on the side like that, and I'm just going to chain 4 together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. I'm not going to snip my thread in between. We're just going to sew them. So just normal chain piecing to start with. So down like that, a couple of stitches off, chuck the next one in. It was quick, I have to say, doing it like this, like that. And when I did it first time, it did keep them in the right order as well, which was good. So here we go. So I've just got that little connecting thread in between. So I'm going to do my 4 like that. And when I get to the end, because you would do them like in rows. So I want a row of 4. Hi, just jumping on before you have to shoot off to do more work. Oh, Sean, bless you. Are you back in the stadium? What have you got on tonight? Okay, so I'm not, normally we'd now clip all these little threads in between, wouldn't we? Those pieces that keep them together. You're not going to do that. I'm going to open this one out like that. And I'm going to press it, just finger press that first one way. Doesn't matter which way. I'm going to open this one out like that. And if I press that one that way, I'm just going to gently finger press it that way, all in my machine. I'm going to flip that one over like that and put these together. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing like that. Okay. I'm not bothering with pins. I'm just feeling with my fingers to make sure they're locked in. I'm making it much harder work than it actually was. That's because I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way to show you. And then I'm going to 1/4 inch down that one. Okay, like that. I will cut my thread now. Okay. I'm going to open up my next pair, flip that one back, and it's going on. I'm hoping you guys can see this. That goes onto there. Oh yeah, you've got Bill Bailey tonight. You've just had a bit of a power cut while you're on the Teams call and then heard sirens going offside. Not sure what's going on. We've just had a power cut here as well, lovely. All my lights just flickered as well. It's obviously something going on. This one's now going on top of that one. So you can see that these two are stitched together. Okay. Yeah, we were hoping to see Bill Bailey, but Phil had to go back to London. He couldn't stay home. So we didn't go in the end. There we go. Back like that. So you're making one piece of fabric. Like I said, I'm making a bit of hash of this. It's making it seem a lot harder than it actually is. When I do the next section, hopefully I can do it a bit quicker for you. So over that one, cut that thread. Okay, I'm going to open that one out and then I can add this one on. So that one's going that way, press it that way, flip it over. Hoping you can see, I can feel it immediately there with my finger. And because you've kept all those little connecting threads, everything seems to stay in order, but also sit together nicely. Okay, don't worry about the fact none of it's ironed. You're going to do that in a minute. Okay, there we go. So that's my first section. I'm going to repeat that for the next section. So now, See, that's me watching the comments. I didn't watch what I was doing then. Come on, out you come. Come out thread. There we go. Right, start again. Okay, that's better. Right, now I can try and read your comments. There we go. Well, I'm chain piecing this bit. Oh, well, I hope everything's all right in the stadium, lovely. Like I said, we everything just flickered here. All my lights sort of went funny and the machine went woo and everything. I was like, oh God, what's going on? I thought it was just me, but maybe it's the Cardiff grid is playing up a little bit. Okay, so you hopefully I think this method would be brilliant if you were doing like, you know, a big quilt. If you're doing a big border or something that needed like a checkerboard border, which needed lots of squares doing together, it would go together like a dream. Okay, so that one's going that way. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Flip that one over like that. It meant, I think those little connecting threads mean that you don't have to like pin. It kind of keeps those points where they're supposed to be because they're so closely, what's the word, connected. Cool. Seems fine now. Nobody's running around telling you the world's ending. There we go. So, oh, hang on, flip that one out like that. Get it out of the way. So I've got my 4 patch. Here's my next one here. So that one's going that way. This one's going this way. I have to say, it does work really, really well with your nesting as well because it's there in front of you. You haven't got to keep checking back. Oh God, what was the one? What was the row before? What was the row before? Because it's literally right there for you. There we go, like that. There we go. It means you're naturally alternating your seams as well. Cool. So, how has anybody seen this before? I'm pretty sure that I was thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I have seen it. Some people do it, but not necessarily with little tiny pieces. They do it with like blocks and stuff. And then I saw, like I said, I saw this TikTok about chain piecing things like this, and it just seemed to work. Are you chain piecers, you guys, or do you like to do one piece at a time and make sure it's in the right place, or are you a whiz, keep chain piecing? Okay, right, that's my first 2 bits done. We're going to go back over here. Hopefully you could see that. I tried to angle the camera the right way for you so you could see it. What you can do now is you can iron this. So I'm going to iron all of the first one up. So, oh, just wet my ironer. I'm still on my big iron. There we go, like that. There we go. And they're really nice and neat. It just worked really, really well. It's nice and neat on the back, as you can see, because it's automatically alternated your seams. You can see that they've gone really lovely. So that one's going, all the seams are going up. This side, I'm going to make sure they all go down. So flip it upside down and then just roll that way. And again, you can see it's all gone. Ooh, it's gone a bit wonky, that one. Let me just, which way do I want that? I want that way. Just iron that back that way. Here we go. And then, because those seams are going up and those are going down, when you put them together, that again, they'll nest really nicely. And I'm going to stitch down there. So, back over here. You like to chain piece if it's an easy block, not if it's complicated. Leslie looks great. You do like chain pieces. I do chain piece on a lot of stuff. I do. If it's a really complicated block that I'm trying to work out, I will do piece by piece by piece just to get my head around it and go, right, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then I tend to get into the chain piecing once I know exactly what my brain is doing. There we go. But you don't have to do it this method. As long as you're putting your 16 mini charms together, it really doesn't matter. Okay. What do we do before TikTok and Pinterest? I know, tell me about it. I mean, I love the fact that, you know, everybody shares all their, you know, as we do with the 1 o'clocks and stuff, you know, or 7 o'clocks, whatever they are. You know, everybody shares their little tips and tricks quite freely. I think it's fab. So, and then I'm just going to gently press that last seam. And you can see it's really nice and neat. It stays lovely and flat, like that. Give it a press from the top as well. and my points have stayed beautiful, which they wouldn't necessarily have done if I was just chaining, putting two together and then finding the next two and finding the next two and finding the next two. I think keeping that little connecting thread and doing that has really helped keep that all together. What did we do? Read books. Yeah, I still read a lot though. First block individually to see if it's finished and then chain piece the others. Yeah, absolutely. Me too, Annie. Me too. So you're going to put 16 together like that and make that so 8.5 by 8.5. Okay, which is what you want because the main piece of the book is 8.5 wide, and you don't want the pocket to be right the way up because this was 8.5 by 10, so we want it about there. In order to make the pocket, and again, this is a little cheats. Can you see I've got this nice little sort of like faux piping at the top. This again is a cheats way of doing the faux piping. You need a piece of fabric, which is that it? Is that my back? Hang on, which one have I done? Which one have I picked up? Nope, that's not it. It's that one. You want a piece that's the same size, so 8.5 wide, but you want it an inch bigger. So I've cut this at 8.5 by 9.5. Okay. You've only used quilter's grid before with mini charms. It'd be good to have a different method to put them together because in quilter's grid seams it's quite faded. It is lovely. So, oh, you love my nails. Oh, thank you. Had a little double French done, black and white. Meggie does a fabulous job. There we go. So, in order to get that little faux pipe in, it's basically the lining brought forward. So, 8.5 by 9.5. You're going to add an inch onto whatever size your pocket is. So, if this pocket is 8.5 by 8.5, this is going to be 8 by 9. If you've done a smaller one and you want your pocket to be, basically you want your pocket to sit about 2 inches, 1.5 2 inches off the top. So you just need to do your own maths if you're making your own size one for your own tablet, okay? Or if you like hardbacks and you're taking a hardback round with you. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put these right sides together like that, right up at the top. You can see here it's too long. It's supposed to be, so don't worry about that. And then chuck up a couple of pins in. We're going to just stitch a line right the way across there, okay? I'm going to 1/4 inch all the way across. You can use this pocket method on anything, not just the book pouch. You can use this for if you're making reading cushions. It's a nice way of doing the pocket on a reading cushion. It's a nice way of doing the pocket on something like if you're doing a bag, maybe a tote bag that you want a nice big front pocket on. This, one that's going into the seams at least anyway. Okay. Then what you need to do is you need to make sure that you iron it towards the fabric that's on the front. This is going to become the lining of the pocket. So in order to get that faux piping look, make sure the seam goes this way. If it goes the other way, it doesn't quite look right. Okay, so make sure that you iron it towards that pocket, the front, whatever the front piece is. You don't have to use mini charms to make this pocket. You could absolutely just cut another piece of fabric if you wanted, okay? You match it in. If I was doing a pocket on this one, I might choose one of the coordinating fabrics and just cut one large piece, which was 8.5 by 8.5, okay? Right, then we're gonna fold this way and we're gonna line up the bottom edges like that, and you're gonna press a crease in. And because this was a little bit longer than the front, you get that nice little bit peeping out over the top, which gives you that faux piped look, okay? It gives you that faux, sort of like you've done a piped edge, when actually you really haven't. It's just a bit of the lining that's showing, but it's showing nicely. It's showing neatly like it's supposed to be there. I then cut a piece of wadding that was 8.5 by 8.5, okay, and I'm going to no I'm not, I lie, I don't want the padding in this bit, sorry, ignore me, I don't want the padding in this bit. You could, if you wanted to, you could actually put a piece of piping cord in there and then stitch it if you wanted to be, ooh, we could try that, hang on, if I got piping cord here, yes I have, just having a thought, if you put a piece of piping cord in there, now, so you could get like a real nice edge without it being, oh no, my piping cord's too thin. I'd need a thicker piping cord. If you put a piece of piping cord in there and then did this next little bit, you'd actually get like a really nice, what's the word? Like not embossed. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. But it would look really like, you know, a piped edge. This one's too thin. This was a size, I've only got a size 3 with me. If I used a size 5, which is thicker, and then we're going to just stitch in the ditch all the way down there, you'd get that really nice sort of faux piped edge. But we're going to do it like this, okay? We're going to do it without the piping cord. Okay, so before we put the wadding in, you're going to, now you can if you want to. I didn't with this one, but you could if you wanted to. You could cut a piece of wadding that goes right up into that and stitch down, and you'd have a, what's the word? A puffy edge as well, okay? But I'm going to do it without. Would it work doubled up? Oh, it might do. I mean, I would just normally just get a thicker piece of piping cord. You know, get a thicker one. Let me just put that in like that. We could try it, couldn't we? Because this is only for fun. Oh, yeah, it might actually. Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. It can't hurt, can it? Where's my scissors gone? Let's try it and see. If it doesn't work, I can just pull it out. Okay, right. I've got 2 pieces in there. Use a thicker one or use 2 pieces. I'm going to pop a couple of pins in. Let's see if it works. I like it when you guys come up with ideas live. Makes me think on my feet. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch in the ditch right the way along that seam, okay, to trap that in, okay, and then we're going to put the wadding in. So I do like it when you come up with ideas. It's like when we did the bag the other day. What are we going to do? Let's do the bag. Okie doke. Okay, right. I'm going to go slow and steady on this. I'm going to really concentrate on staying in that ditch. And I'm going to keep I'm using my new nails, don't look Meg, just to keep that piping cord tucked in nicely. Oh, wonky. That's because I needed to cough. What are we making related to the party? We're doing a revised version of the book pouch, because lots of people wanted a pocket added to it. And I found this way of using mini charms, which if you watch the video back later, you'll see a really quick way of chain piecing mini charms together. And we're using those to put a pocket on. So it's kind of a revised version of the book pouch. Okay. Oh, well, apart from my wonky stitching. Why does it always have to go wonky on the dark one as well, where it shows? I wouldn't mind so much if it was on one of the others, but no, it has to be on that one, doesn't it? There we go. So that actually worked. That using that double piping, that works, and that gives it a nice stable edge to the top of the pocket. Then I'm just going to put this little piece of wadding, which is 8.5 by 8.5, and we're going to trap that up in there, right up into that seam. Okay, because I want obviously the Kindle or my phone, whatever's going to be in the front pocket, to be protected. So you want a bit of wadding in there. Okay, just use a little bit of spray and stick that down like that. And then we're going to flip it over and spray the other side as well. Doesn't matter if this is a little bit bigger, we're going to trim it anyway. Okay. Like that, and then you can do any quilting that you want on this bit. You need to do a little bit, I think, just to stitch it all together. I mean, even though these seams edges are going to be into the side, I think a little bit of stitching works. So I'm just going to, like I did on the other one, I'm just going to do across corner to corner like that, just to hold it all in place. So you can mark it out if you want. Use some, you can use some masking tape, which was on there and now it's vanished. Where's that gone? I deliberately left it there. It's vanished. That's the kids. They'll be come in here and nick my stuff. Or you can just literally go corner to corner to corner to corner to corner like that all the way through, which is, I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to put my stitch length up to sort of 3.5. Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's too far. 3.5, just because I'm going through several layers. I'm basically just going to, this little centre section of whatever foot, find the centre line, I want to aim it for that corner. You know, if you're worried, draw a line or use some masking tape, but I'm just going to go for it. Through that one, aiming for this next corner here, that one, and this next corner here. You know, don't be scared of quilting. No, it never has to be complicated. There we go. So are any of you lovelies going to come to Duxford? Are any of you coming to see me? And Sarah Jane. It's Sarah Jane's first time at Duxford. This is about the 5th time we've done it, but it's the first time she's ever been. So I've always taken other people with me. What fabric is this? This is the Feed Sack Good Works. It's a brand new range we've got in. It's the Feed Sacks range, which is, I'll show you the little thing in a minute. Here it is. Oh, hang on. I've just dropped it on the floor. Yeah, there you go. It's called Feed Sacks Good Works. Obviously it's the based on the vintage feed sacks that the American mills did in the Depression and stuff. Right, little bit of quilting, nothing fancy, okay? And then we're just going to trim this up. All right, so just going to trim off any excess. You want to make sure it's 8.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to measure from the top bit like that. So rotary cutter is there, and this is going to get rid of that excess piping cord as well, because everything moves as you're quilting it and all. It's all going to move a little bit, so just square it all back up that way. Obviously don't square this top edge because you want that to stay as it is. And then 8.5 that way. Okay, like that. There we go. You can see this one's really moved. Okay, so there's my pocket for the front of my book pouch done. You would then just assemble this. Having to give Duxford a miss this time is driving to Dinis the following weekend for a Tuffet class. Well, excellent news, Mrs. Excellent news. I'm glad you're coming to do the Tuffet. Okay, so I would now treat the rest of this exactly like when you did the book pouch, and if you go back onto that video you'll see. So this is going to be the back of my book pouch and this is going to be my front. So you'd put like that and like that, yeah, so that would end up being the back and the front. Okay, this is going on over the front like that. Okay, so first thing I would do is I'm going to line up the bottom edge down here with the bottom edge of the pocket like that. There we go. And I'm just going to add a line because I want to basically tack it into place before I make the outer of the book pouch. So I'm just going to stitch literally 1/8 of an inch from the edge all the way down. I'm not going to bother with the bottom. You just want to hold these side edges in place basically. Okay, so all the way down, lovely. Okay, right, where am I? Over here. Natalie, you're not coming to Duxford this time. Instead, you're off to East Anglia Yarn Festival in Norwich for the day. We'll try and be good. Not, don't you dare be good. What's the fun in that, Mrs? Where's the fun in that? Get some really pretty yarn of some sort. So I'm just going about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. I've kept it on a long stitch because I just want to tack this into place. Make sure nothing moves. Again, you can vary the size of your pocket. If you want your pocket just big enough to get your phone in, hang on, just caught a little bit there. There we go. Then, make it smaller. I've made it this size because it fit my Kindle in nicely. But if you wanted a smaller pocket, just only do 3, maybe 4 by 3, as long as it's the same width as your book pouch or tablet pouch or whatever. But you could make it smaller if you wanted to, and then just sit in that way. You could. I've not bothered to, but you could. I might put you could put a cam snap on here, so you could you know, or a bit of another bit of Velcro. Hang on, let me just tack this in and we'll talk this through on the overhead. It's easier. There we go, tack that in. There we go. Right, we'll talk this bit through on the main camera because it's easier on this little one. Okay, so tack that in, which means my pins can come out. So, like I was saying, you could make this pocket smaller if you wanted it just big enough to slide a phone into, you know, or maybe your purse or whatever. You could do it 2x3. Yeah, get rid of that top layer, make it that small. Okay, here. And then again, maybe put a couple of, you know, poppers or a big piece of Velcro or a couple of cam snaps there. You know, you could play around with that. But like I said, this was the right size for my Kindle to sit in comfortably. You're going to now treat this just as one piece of fabric. So you're going to go back, if you go back onto the book pouch video and watch that, we're then going to put the back, which instead of being a plain piece of fabric, I've made out of my mini charms, on the back like that, and you're going to stitch down and across. You're going to attach your little, and come back over here, you're going to attach your little piece here, which I've made, you know, you make it exactly the same way as we did on the original video. Okay, attach it exactly the same way. You're going to measure your Velcro in exactly the same way, but you're going to treat the pocket just like the front. Okay, so you don't do anything different, and then once you'd sewn that up all the way round, you'd make your lining just like, again, like we did on the original video, put them all together. So there's really, the only change to this is the fact that I've used mini charms on the back, you know, instead of a big piece of fabric, instead of a plain piece of fabric. I've used mini charms on the back, and I've put this little pocket on the front. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. You know, and yes, I think probably I will put a cam snap through there, just so that my Kindle, yeah, can you see? If it went upside down in my bag, it would fall out. So I'm going to add, I think, a cam snap onto the centre there. I'm going to find one in a coordinating colour and put a little cam snap there, just so that it holds those in. In fact, I might put one either side. I'd line up with these lines there. Put one either side just to hold that pocket nice and closed to stop my Kindle falling out. Okay, so that's it really. Really easy way. I really liked, nice shout Leslie about, I like the idea of using the piping cord, but no, nice shout about putting that double in. That's worked really, really well. I like that a lot. Although I'm really not, I might unpick my stitching because I'm fussy. I might unpick my stitching. But anyway, that is how to add a little pocket on. It was really about that chain piecing method, but I just thought it does make it really cool, doesn't it? It feels a bit more patchworky than just the plain one. You know, it depends on who you're giving it to. You know, if you're giving it to somebody who's not a quilting fan, maybe, then, you know, a plain one. And I really do like this idea now that a lot of people are doing is, you know, going to secondhand, you know, charity shops, secondhand shops, buying pre-loved books, you know, old books, and giving them as gifts, but making a beautiful pouch to go with it, I think is a really nice idea. And, you know, you could probably get a second book in there even if you didn't want to put a Kindle in there. But anyway, that's it, my darlings. Sorry, excuse me, I'm very snuffly. I'm going to have a sneezing fit. I can feel it. I can feel it coming on. So, hopefully that was helpful. I like that little chain piecing method. I think that works really, really well. That having that tiny little bit connecting thread seemed to keep everything in place. Nothing moved around. Didn't need to pin, and the points were really good. So have a little go at that. And it's a very, very easy way of doing a pocket. If you've got to put a pocket in that's got seams in anything, you know, like a cushion, like reading cushion or anything like that, I really like that way of doing it with the faux piping, that little bit of faux piping on the top. Got a World Book costume to make now by. Oh, well done, good girl. I do not miss those days of World Book costumes. But yeah, I like it. That actually feels really nice having that bit of piping cord in there. It gives it a nice clean edge, and feels quite sturdy. So yeah, I like that. So that's it. We will do some lives from Duxford, probably Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I imagine we'll be on over the weekend at some point. And then happy Mother's Day for Sunday, guys, for those of you who celebrate in whatever capacity, whether it's, you know, mum, stepmum, dog mum, cat mum, grandma, however it is, adoptee mum, whatever it is you do. If you are, or just a friend who feels like a mum sometimes, if they let you chat crap. Happy Mother's Day for those of you who celebrate on Sunday. Hope you have a lovely day, and we will be back next week with more 1 o'clocks. Should be a full week next week, I believe. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think so. So I was supposed to start thinking about what we're going to do, hadn't I? Take care, my darlings. Bye.